We live in a diverse world. Every day, we may encounter people who come from different backgrounds, have different customs, speak different languages, or hold different beliefs and worldviews. Diversity adds richness to our neighborhoods, our communities, our workplaces, and our institutions. Unfortunately, negative stories about religious difference in particular lead to public misunderstandings about religion as a source of conflict. We hear about tensions between religious and non-religious citizens in our society, but success stories about peaceful resolution and cooperation rarely make headlines. So the big question is, how can we live well together in diverse societies? Deep equality may provide an answer. As Canada Research Chair in Religious Diversity and Social Change, Professor Laurie G. Beaman developed her Deep Equality Framework over more than a decade of collaborative empirical research. Analyses of data collected from a range of sources, including 400 interviews with newcomers to Canada, public commission submissions, legal cases, media studies, films, and novels, revealed three main issues which contribute to public animosity toward religious diversity. However, the research also pointed to possibilities for rethinking how to flourish in diverse societies. First, negative narratives about religion as a source of conflict prevail. Though some scientists argue that the human brain may be hardwired by evolutionary biology to perceive difference as a threat, hearing positive stories of diversity can open space for deeper and creative collaboration to address pressing social concerns. Second, law and public policy often push people into religious identity corners. These shallow understandings of religion obscure the complexity of how worldviews and the causes we value manifest in contemporary life. Our Muslim or Jewish or Christian colleagues may wear symbols of their belief in the workplace, and they also may be volunteer soccer coaches, climate activists, poets, or community storytellers in local libraries. The lived experience of individuals or groups may include both religious and non-religious commitments and relationships in everyday life. Third, tolerance and accommodation are not good guiding concepts, since they perpetuate hierarchies of us tolerating or accommodating them. When they are used to address the so-called problem of religious difference, they reinforce rigid divisions between majority and minority groups. A deep equality approach rejects these notions that are barriers to living and flourishing in diverse and equitable societies. So, what is the starting point for deep equality? Respect. Woven throughout the large volume of data, Beaman uncovered a common thread of what political theorist William Connolly describes as agonistic respect. Drawing from the Greek root agon, respect is agonistic, because it requires an abandonment or relinquishing of rightness. It is an ethos of engagement in which letting go of tightly held thought positions gives way to focusing on similarity, embracing the complexities of human identities, and rejecting hierarchies. It also looks to French philosopher Jacques Derrida's thinking about prerequisites for living well together in order to move beyond simply living together through tolerance and accommodation. Stories that reinforce the association of religion with conflict play out steadily in the media, with tolerance and accommodation as begrudging solutions to the management of religious diversity in the public sphere. The ability to imagine oneself in relation to others and what one has in common with others is key to navigating difference. Deep equality seeks to highlight the power of positive narratives, to reshape public opinion and emphasize relationality, using the tools of the social sciences and the humanities to tell smaller, quotidian yet cumulative success stories of everyday interactions. Deep equality is a vision of equality that transcends law, politics, and social policy, and redefines equality as a process, as lived rather than prescribed. It recognizes equality as an achievement and is traceable through agonistic respect, recognition of similarity, and appreciation of difference. The non-events of neighborly negotiations that don't make the headlines are precisely those in need of exposure. The principles of deep equality thus aspire to a more inclusive notion of we that moves beyond the rigid stereotypes of difference that neglect the complexities of human cultures and identities. Instances of deep equality found in positive narratives abound in our everyday lives. Though doubters may disparage the deep equality framework as naive, the evidence says otherwise. Recent advances in understanding of neuroplasticity, evolutionary biology, and game theory suggest that positive stories and embracing cooperation rather than competition lie at the foundation of human innovation and social inclusion. Deep equality already exists. We find it in the day-to-day interactions of ordinary people navigating difference successfully and respectfully. The goal is to capture and map these moments, identify their core elements, and create models to show ways forward. We need to pay attention to what is happening around and between and among our collective us.